Hello and welcome to Askemo's archive, where you can see, learn about, acquire and even run old games. Today's subject is a real-time strategy game from 2004 called Armies of Exigo. First thing you might notice that this box is in Hungarian, and there is a good reason for that. Because it is Hungarian. Black Hole Entertainment was a 7-people developer group from the country, Synergy Interactive, which financed the game's creation, was founded by Andrew G. Vajna, Hungary's very own millionaire extraordinaire, and Electronic Arts was included, but clearly just as a way to be able to reach the market that was still heavily relying on physical releases. The box includes 2 CDs instead of 1,000 floppies, a very extensive 36-page manual explaining every single unit of every faction, controls, whatever you need, and a tech tree card reminding you that this is an RTS game and you will probably spend around 30 hours just to understand the basics. Break the boundaries of the battlefield. Take strategy to new depths. Take dominion over massive armies. Powerful spells at your command. Fight for darkness or light. Wage war on 2 fronts. Engage in fierce combat with dual-layered map system. Delve deep underground to explore the vast and unforgiving caverns, and then tunnel to the surface to unleash crushing attacks on your unsuspecting enemies. Dominate the entire realm. Balance military strength and resource management as your trained units cast mystical spells affecting the world both above and below ground. Engage in multiplayer warfare. Join up to 12 people online in massive multiplayer wars over a LAN or the internet. Now that the box sold the game for us, let's take a look at it. Throughout the game, we learned that humans and orcs fought in a war, crafting their victory. Let me rephrase that. The Empire and the orcs were in rage, but the humans managed to destroy the orcs. There was peace for 70 years, but now the beasts, every other creature that is not an orc, attacking and pillaging the Empire's towns and caravans for their own gains. At the same time, the love child of the undead and the Zerg, called the Fallen, is planning to take over the world for themselves, as ordered by a group of retired old people, the Ageless Ones. An RTS game of its time, it heavily relies on earlier titles as inspiration. Or we can just say it stole ideas as much as Hungarians pirated everything since the 80s. Rob Fahey, a contributor of Eurogamer, even stated it's a clone of Warcraft 3, and I cannot argue with that, but it does have some fancy features up its sleeve.
Sir, on my way. Lead the way.
For example, there are no heroes in the game, but you can still gather experience for your units, organically making longer matches more challenging. Losing levels is not an issue with the power of flex tape and the implemented solutions for each factions.
Lead the way.
The Empire has priests, patching units and even resurrect them.
Where do you want us? Where do you want us?
The beasts have a resurrection altar, helping in their Latin language studies, Memento Mori. And the Fallen is a hive mind gathering experience for all units simultaneously, so all of them can have dinner with your mom.
You call. I await your command.
And they will, as this game can be pretty hard. I am no master in RTS games, but under my 5 to 10 hours of testing, I did not win any skirmishes against easy AI and managed to fail the first campaign level on normal.
Ready. Lead the way. Lead the way.
Factions also feel very unique with their own specialties. The Empire's farms have 2 different skins, can upgrade their barracks to train 2 units at the same time, and after cosplaying a typical Eastern European construction crew by 1 peasant working and 4 watching, you can research teamwork to take over the world with buildings.
Huh? I live to serve. I am here, my lord.
The beasts have cattle, which can be mounted by ranged units.
Yes.
Invisible reptiles.
Yes. This
Can sacrifice a unit for healing. And can forge blades, which can be picked up by any builder minions to turn them into basic soldiers.
I crave blood. Immediately, Master.
And the Fallen has control instead of meat, so their summoners have to be emo standing in the rain and can summon multiple buildings at the same time. Deform terrain, heals and repairs passively, and the harvesters can carry more materials and capture enemies with their pincers. Talking about materials, you have free to collect gold, gems and wood. Gold nodes accept 2 workers or 1 fallen harvester at the time, gem mines take 1 but 2 can work it in rotation, and wood can be harvested until deforestation harms the global environment. The game gets complicated very fast, as every faction has 15 distinct units with special skills, spellcasting and actual impact on which unit has advantage against the other, but fear not, because Exhibit heard you like groups, so he allowed normal groups to be grouped into supergroups, making grouping easy, and all can be done by pressing Ctrl plus a number for normal groups and F1 to F4 for supergroups. The game has a lot more to offer. With NPC buildings you can hire mercenaries at, the underground which you can utilize as a surprise attack, being able to change all the keyboard controls, but overall we have a decent and challenging RTS experience you can enjoy against the computer or friends via LAN.
Resist us. I'm listening.
And now that I showed you why this game deserves your time, let's take a look at how you can play it. At the time of recording, the game is considered abandoned software or abandonware, meaning you cannot buy it on any current digital stores, and Electronic Arts most likely will not come after me and my family in the near future. I have uploaded everything to archive.org for software preservation purposes, and you can find the link in the description below. The game used GameSpy for the online play, which does not work anymore. There are alternatives, but I have not tested it, and we will not cover it in this video. The game also used an older digital right management or DRM solution called Save Disk, and yes, it is as annoying and obstructive as Denuvo nowadays. This will prevent it to run even if you have the original disks, so the cracked executables that remove the DRM are necessary to run. For more information, I recommend checking out the excellent PC Gaming Wiki that has an overwhelming amount of information about old and new software alike. After downloading the ISOs, the patch and the crack, you can install it via any virtual disk software like Daemon Tools, or you can follow along, as ever since Windows 8 the operating system has a built-in function for the process. Open the directory with the ISOs in File Explorer or any browser you like, right-click AOXCD1.iso, select Open With and select Windows Explorer. This will mount the CD to a virtual drive and open the content. You can select autorun.exe to see the fancy menu, or you can select setup.exe to start the installation. Feel free to use the CD key I have uploaded a picture of to archive.org. I recommend selecting an alternate installation folder, as you will need to access the files later, but using the default folder is fine. When the installer asks for the second disk, go back to your Windows Explorer window, select this PC on the left side, right-click on the virtual drive and press Eject to unmount the CD. We need to do this because most of the old installers want to use the same drive letter as the source of the CD data. Then, go back to your ISOs, right-click AOXCD2.iso and mount it as before, by clicking Open with Windows Explorer. Then you can go back to the installer and press OK, as you have the second disk mounted now. When it asks for the first disk again, just do the same steps as before. At the end it will ask to install DirectX 9, but it should be already included on your PC with the latest DirectX versions. Simply press no, but if the game has errors later, you can find the DirectX 9 folder on the first CD. You don't need to install GameSpy either, as stated before. When prompted to register, simply press register later. After the installation is complete, you can unmount the disk with eject as before. Open the patch folder and run the included AOX patch 14.exe, which will update your game to the latest version. Then you will have to copy the two files from the cracked folder to your installation folder. One way of doing this is opening a second File Explorer window by right-clicking on the icon and selecting File Explorer, or you can also click with the mouse wheel on the icon. In the new window, navigate to the installation folder, then in the other window, open the cracked folder. Select the cracked files by holding down the Ctrl key and left-clicking on them, then right-click and select Copy or press Ctrl C. Click on the other window, right-click and select Paste or press Ctrl V. When asked, choose Replace the files in the destination. After all this effort, the game should run without any issues on modern hardware. Armies of Exigo wasn't as popular as other games, so it does not have modern patches or mods as far as I can tell. Even running it in widescreen resolutions needs an edited executable. Thank you for watching Askemo's Archive. Hope you enjoyed this educational look at an old video game. Please leave a like, a comment, subscribe, or join my daily stream sessions over at Twitch. Take care!